everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So in today's video we have a very exciting video, and that is my completed pages. I can't believe it's the end of the month already. I actually don't know where this month's gone. It's completely flown by. So without further ado, let's jump into my completed pages. So the first one that we've got is from Rita Birman's book. The one that I did was this one. So I did this as a colour along on my channel, so you guys can see this if you want to. I did it in one video, so you can just watch it all the way through in one go. But it came out quite nice. I used some soft pastels for the background to get the orange and the yellow effect, and some white Posca pen to go around all the little details that she'd put in the sky. And then for the actual picture itself, I used the Arteza pencils. So I know which sort of colours blend well together with that set, so that's why I picked them to do this picture. But it came out quite nice in the end. It's quite a vibrant page, so that was this one. And then I've got another one in this book that I finished as well, which is this one. So for this one we did with the random colour wheel challenge. So each picture was coloured with different pencils. So this one up here was done with the Bambino crayons, and it picked 7 random colours for us. So that was the result for that one. This one was the Castle Art pencils, and then this one was some watercolour pencils that I had, just a cheap brand that I got from the Works. This one was Black Widow pencils, and this one was the Artezas, and then I think this one was the Brute Ferner pencils, if I remember rightly. This one was definitely the Faber-Castell Black edition, and then this was the Cause pastel pencils, and the last little one here was done with the Crayola pencils. So as a whole page it looks a little bit disjointed because none of the pictures really match, but that was the whole aim of the game, was to use different pencils and different colours and see what we could come up with. So that's how that page turned out, and again all the videos for that are up on my channel if you guys want to check them out. So that was our first book. Next we've got A Million Magical Creatures by Lulu Mayo. So in this book I did this page here. So as you can see I've already done the other side, and I like to do the opposite page so that it all matches and it's all done and completed when you look at it. So for this one I used the Castle Art pencils. And then I used some Posca pen to go over the lines in their beards, and then went over that with silver and gold gel pen. So if I give it a little wiggle you might be able to see the sparkles on the page where I added that in, just to give their beards a little bit of a sparkle because I thought it would look better. And then as you can see in this picture there's loads of little random creatures. So we've got a little koala bear down the bottom, we've got a cat up the top, and a slug with a house on its back. So these pictures are always really strange and wonderful, so I like to make them as colourful and as bright as possible. So that's how this one came out. Next we've got Best Dressed Pets by Creative Haven. So for this book I'm literally just doing each page as you go along the book. So the next one to do was this one. I think it's like a Mexican dog. So for this one I used the touch markers to do all of the background and lay down like a base colour for everything. And then I used the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils to go ahead and add some shade and some shadows into things. For example, on these sort of flowers here, I added in the little brown details on the petals, so it looks like there's a little bit of texture to them. And then all the sort of shadows in the purple here was done with Faber-Castell Black Edition as well. I added a little bit of gold gel pen just round this little beading on his hat. And then for his actual face I used like a Posca pen, but a brown one, and just went in and added in some fur texture to him. And then I went over with a brown gel pen as well and added some different colour brown into his fur to try and make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. His coat, I didn't actually do any pencil work on his coat. That was just all done with markers. And I thought it stands out quite nice as it is. So I didn't want to go in and add any sort of extra shade or details to that. But that is how this little picture turned out. So next we've got this little 4 kitten page to do. So that'll be quite fun to do next. And then I went to Erie, so this is her first book, I believe, Romantic Country. And for this one, I wanted to do an Easter picture because it is Easter, or it was Easter this month. So this is the picture that I decided to do, all the different little Easter eggs. Again, I used Castle Art pencils for this. They've obviously been a favourite this month. And I'll just bring it up so you can see a little bit better. So I tried to do all the eggs different colours so that they all stood out on their own. And then in the background you can see these sort of shiny little eggs. I added them in with some watercolour paints just to make it look a little bit less white in the background. But I didn't want to do like a full colour background because I got so many different colours with the eggs that I thought I don't really know which colour to do it and it might clash. So I went for just adding in some extra little eggs in there. So there's quite a few different ones to choose from. So you guys will have to let me know which one of your eggs is the favourite. I think mine is this little one down here with the duck on. I think he came out really cute. Or the goose, I'm not quite sure what he is to be fair. But yeah, so that was this page. And then last but not least, we've got Johanna Basford's colouring calendar. So I did the April one, which is here. So this one took me absolutely ages to do. There were so many little details in here. I used the Arteza pencils for this, the 120 set, and I tried to make each row look similar. So obviously the first row we went for pink pots, and then I did purple, green and blue for the bottom ones. So there was a couple on here that were just like glass pots. So what I did was colour them in and then went round the black lines with a white Posca pen to make it look more like glass. So there was a few on here with that sort of technique that I used. So I just added in a little bit of water and then went round with the Posca pen. But it came out quite bright and colourful, so I was quite happy with the end result. And then for this yellow glow in the background, I just used some soft pastel and just sort of put it towards the bottom and then left the light a bit at the top. So that's more like normal paper. And then you've got like the little yellow glow here at the bottom of all of the rows. And I went with yellow because I hadn't used yellow for any of the vases. So I thought it'll stand out a little bit better. I did put some yellow accents on some of these ones, but other than that, most of it was done with different colours. And then what I did was as I went down, so for example on the purple one, I used pink little details. So there's some pink in there. And then for the green ones, I used some purple details. So it sort of went down a row. And then for the blue ones, I added in some green details again, just so that it all sort of matched as you went down the page. But yeah, that was it, you guys. That was everything that I coloured this month. So it's not as many as last month. I do apologise for that. I've been really busy with work. But hopefully next month I'll get a few more done for you and we'll have a longer video. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone that watches these videos and thank you to everyone that's subscribed already. And I will see you in the next video.